Hello again. Welcome to part 4 of My Little Dashie reading, or My Little Reading of My Little Dashie. Whatever. Okay, let's get this over with. Put up my mic. Yeah. Alright. It has been only 4 months since I brought the young Rainbow Dash to my home. I've done what little research I could on the matter, but I have come to no conclusions. I have no idea why she is here, and quite frankly, I don't even care anymore. These few months with her have been the most amazing time of my life. She has opened my heart up to love and joy, among other things. Right now, she sits next to me on the couch as I watch television. Mumble. She seems to enjoy the morning cartoons on the local stations, and I find myself to have come to enjoy them. She acts much like a young child would. Then again, why shouldn't she? Another amazing feat is her being able to learn to talk. I'm not much of a teacher, or for that matter a parent, but I'm going to do my best to help her learn to speak and read. I don't know how or even where to begin to attempt in teaching her how to write. For the show they did it with their mouths, giggity, but I will let that go for now. Once she is a little older, if I even have her for that long, I will do what I can to teach her. It used to be that a year would go by slowly. I would look forward to the new year in hopes of getting a fresh start. Now though, I feel as if this year went a little too quickly for me. I've decided, since I have no knowledge of her actual birth date, to make the day I found her birthday, September the 17th. Oddly enough, that's the same date that the second season of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic aired last year. I quit watching the show after Dashie came into my life. There's no reason for me to continue, and honestly, I don't have much time for it to myself anymore. It would be hard to hide me watching that show, and even harder to explain the situation if she ever were to see it. Especially at her current age. She knew her name was Rainbow Dash, but I have come to calling her Pinky's pet name of Dashie. She has no problem with it. She can fully communicate with me now, as well as read English. And she even started to learn how to write with, you guessed it, her mouth. I tried to invent some device for her hoof so that she could write. Aww. Little cartoonish right there. Why wouldn't it be? Okay. But it seems writing with her mouth is more natural than moving her hoof around. One thing now troubles me with her. Every day she sits at the window looking outside. I'm not worried about her being seen by passerbys. I'm on a dead-end street, so that's the least of my worries. Still, though, she doesn't say anything to me yet, but I can see the hunger for fresh air in her eyes. I can't keep her in here her entire life. I keep talking like she was going to be here forever. That's not true. One day, someday, she will return home. Whether it simply be a poof and she's gone, or through some magical spell and Twilight shows up and takes her home and fixes everything. In my heart, I hope that never happens. In my head, I know it will. And it's just a matter of when. I do hope that I get her outside soon. I've been checking out some of the abandoned lots and former parks on my walks to and from work, seeing where the best location would be to take her. Oddly enough, it seems the park I had played at growing up is the best option. That shall be it then. I shall take her to the park. How will I get her there? She's still she's still relatively small, so she could be hidden in my jacket or something. Tomorrow is supposed to be a nice day anyways. She did it. After 2 years in my care and having absolutely no knowledge of flight myself, I helped her learn to fly. She's gotten quite big in only a couple years. Damn, it's been a couple years. And it was getting hard to hide her. When we walked to the park, I got so desperate in keeping her hidden, I bought a dog costume to put on for her to put on, so she could walk there unnoticed. She was not happy. So I got some books from the library and read up on teaching birds to fly. I would have looked on the internet, but I feared she would become curious of it herself. And there are a lot of horrors on the internet, and she is not ready for it. Princess Molestia. In hindsight, it's bad enough she's experiencing television. But she has come to enjoy SpongeBob and NASCAR too much for me to take it away from her. Aw, SpongeBob. Back to flying. I've been taking her to the old park for weeks, in hopes I could help her fly. And can't read. There is a large tree there, with branches stretching out over a sandbox. It's a perfect spot for her to practice. If she falls and I can't catch her, at least she'll have something remotely soft to land on. She fell a lot. I knew she would fall a lot. There were so many scrapes, cuts, and bruises towards her goal, but finally, after many weeks of work, she flew. It was only a short distance, about 55 feet, not bad, but she still did it. She's a little scraped up, but she's beaming with pride. Maybe now she could fly overhead so that few people on the ground don't notice her. I'll have to see if she can. You just love my mess ups, don't you, audience? I'll have to see if she can manipulate clouds like she could in the show. It would make it much easier to make her places. It'd be much easier to take her places. Then she can hide on a cloud as we go to the park. Another thing that has been brought to my attention, she asked me if she could have her own room. I got to thinking and realized the house does have a spare bedroom. Though my parents had filled it with old school stuff from my younger years, as well as several old toys, she might enjoy them. Though she is getting older, I'm not sure how entertaining they will be to her now. If she has her own room, I can get her own things, so that she can feel somewhat normal. She's pretty smart for a filly, and she knows the difference between our species. But she still knows nothing about her origin, and she's not ready yet. The only thing I can do is keep her happy. I only wish I had a way to buy her things she wants. If you told me 4 years ago that I'd be taking care of a cartoon rainbow-colored pony, I'd call you insane. I probably am in all reality, but I don't care. I'm happy, she's happy. Today is a day for celebration. For today, my little Dashie got her cutie mark. I honestly didn't know how to tackle that fact. She didn't even know what it was until I explained it to her. Now she was even more ecstatic than before. It was a normal park outing, but this time she decided she wanted to see how high she could go. I had limited her to how high she could fly, but honestly, I can't do anything about it I can't do anything about what she does up there. I can't fly, so the most I could do is tell her to be careful. Alright.